Well, Chris Wysopal joins me now live from San Francisco. He's the Chief Technology Officer and co-founder at Veracode, an application security company. Good to have you with us, Chris. So from what you've seen so far, how fast is this ransomware spreading and how destructive is it compared to the previous ransomware attacks we've seen?
Yeah, this ransomware seems a lot worse than the WannaCry. It seems more professionally written. We've heard of cases of in 10 minutes infecting 1,000 machines or more within a large organization. So it does seem to be more virulent and also more destructive. There's some questions now whether this is truly ransomware or was designed just basically to disrupt and destroy data, because it's really difficult for the ransomware victims to get their data back. It doesn't seem like it's set up very well to get their data back, and so I think this is more of a destructive worm than even ransomware.
Yeah, you make a very important point there, because infected computers apparently have had a demand for a ransom which they have to pay via an email address, but that email address has now been shut down. So where does that leave people trying to recover their computer data?
Yeah, so in most cases, it's not going to be possible to recover the data unless you actually have a backup. You know, backups are the most important thing you can do to protect yourself against ransomware. And in this case, that looks like the only way to get your data back, because there's no way to contact the people who perpetrated this attack.
Yeah, and cyber experts are still trying to determine who was behind the WannaCry, the last global ransomware attack. How difficult is it to pinpoint where this kind of malware comes from and who's responsible?
Yeah, so there's some evidence that this was really focused on attacking Ukraine. One of the major vectors that infected all of these organizations was a piece of software called MEDocs, which is Ukrainian tax software. And the initial infection came through an update through that tax software. So it looks like it was targeted specifically at Ukrainian businesses, Ukrainian government. So even though it spread around the globe to people that were connected to those companies or other countries where people had used that software, it seems very focused on Ukraine. So that's sort of pointing the fingers at people who would want to harm Ukraine. But to date, there's actually, I don't see any hard evidence pinpointing it either to a criminal group or to a nation state yet. But I think we're going to find out at some point.
And just briefly, Chris, I mean, IT experts are saying that we're going to see more of these kind of cyber attacks. So how do we protect against it?
Absolutely, we're going to see more of this. You can see that, you know, we've had two major ones just in a month or two. So we're going to see more of these. The number one thing is to keep your Windows systems patched and updated. That seems easy for an individual user. It's harder when you think of something like an ATM network or a factory where, you know, you have to take the machines down to keep them updated. But it's absolutely critical to do that. And the second thing is, you know, in case everything fails, have good backups so you can restore your data if you can't get it back.
Good advice there, Chris. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Chris Wysopal from San Francisco there.